Imagine this. Every morning, when your eyes open, it's not just a new day, it is a crossroads. You are not standing still. No one is. Every single choice you make, from the first thought you allow to linger, to the food you eat, to the way you react to traffic, is a vote for the person you are becoming. This is the truth that changes everything. Progress is not random. It isn't a gift given to the lucky few. It is the undeniable result of what you train. Not weekly, not when inspiration strikes, but daily. There are 5 core elements that make all the difference. 5 pillars that, if strengthened daily, will rewrite your future from the ground up. And we begin in the only place where true, lasting change can ever take root. The mind. No external victory can survive a crumbling internal world. No achievement matters if your thinking is anchored in fear, comparison, and procrastination. The first task of every day is to retrain the way you think. Understand this. Every thought you repeat is a command sent to your brain. When you tell yourself you're not good enough, not ready, that the timing is wrong, you aren't just being humble, you are writing code. You are programming your neural pathways for stagnation. Every time you doubt yourself and delay action, you are reinforcing those pathways, making your brain more efficient at retreating, fearing, and postponing. This isn't just emotion, it's biology. It's neuroplasticity working against you. But here is the liberating truth. If the brain can learn helplessness, it can learn empowerment. You can choose to retrain yourself, starting with your inner voice. Every time you choose growth over self-criticism, curiosity over assumption, gratitude over complaint, you are teaching your brain a new language. I do not live by passing emotion. I live by chosen direction. A strong mindset is never the result of one inspiring book or podcast. A strong mindset is forged in the thousands of unnoticed moments when you choose to do what is right, even as your old mind screams for the comfort zone. It comes from observing your thoughts, questioning their validity, and gently but firmly steering yourself back toward who you want to become. Think of your mind as a garden. Every thought is a seed. You have 2 choices: intentionally plant seeds of courage and creativity, or leave the ground unattended and let the weeds of doubt and anxiety grow wild. Whether you act or not, something is growing in you every single day. So pause right now. Take a breath. Look inward and ask, what am I cultivating? If the answer makes you pause in silence, that is your starting point. Not by changing the entire world, but by changing just one thought you repeat most often. Write it down, challenge it, replace it. This isn't philosophy, it's personal neural programming, and you are the only one holding the wheel. Remember, you don't need to be the best today. You just need to be the one who masters their mind a little more each day, because that's where the inner revolution begins. And when the inside changes, the outside never stays the same. Once the mind begins to find its new path, the next step isn't to dive headfirst into work. It is to awaken your body. Because no matter how strong your will, if your body is sluggish, your mind will eventually cloud over. Modern neuroscience has confirmed what ancient wisdom knew. Movement doesn't just improve health, it reprograms your entire state of being. The body is not a vessel for the mind, it is an integral part of it. When you stand up, step outside, breathe deeply, and move for just 15 minutes, you are sending a primal signal to your nervous system. I am alive, I am present, I am in control. With that clear signal, your body responds. Your brain increases production of dopamine, the motivation molecule, serotonin, the mood regulator, and norepinephrine, the focus enhancer. You don't wait to feel ready before you move. You move to generate the feeling of readiness. Physical stagnation is the first sign of mental stagnation. A body that barely moves doesn't just slow your metabolism, it slows the flow of information, creativity, and inspiration in your brain. You felt it after days of sitting too long. Your thoughts thicken, your emotions dull, your clarity vanishes. So never underestimate the power of small movements, a short walk in the morning sun, a few stretches to start your day. Even just standing tall and taking 10 deep breaths. These things don't just help blood circulate, they alter the chemical environment inside your brain, unlocking a version of you that is sharper, more decisive, and stronger. You don't need to be an athlete. You don't need a gym membership. You just need one intentional decision. Today, I will send a message to my nervous system that I am alive and I am in charge. Do this every day, not for your physique, but for the energy that rises from within. You will be amazed at the clarity you begin to feel, not a month from now, but today. After you've awakened your body, the next step is to protect your most precious asset, the one this digital age is systematically eroding, your focus. We live in an era where your attention is currency. Every notification, every headline, every perfectly crafted short video, they aren't just distractions. They are silent saboteurs, rewiring your brain to be more reactive and less in control. Every time you glance at a pop-up, every time you switch from your task to scroll social media, you aren't just losing time, you are training your brain to be distractible. You are reinforcing the neural pathways that make it harder to stay with anything for long, whether it's learning, creating, or simply listening to someone you love. Here is the crucial truth. Focus is a neural skill, not a personality trait. You aren't born unfocused. That is simply a nervous system that hasn't been trained for depth. And like a muscle, it can be strengthened. When you dedicate just 30 minutes a day, no phone, no noise, no interruptions, to doing one thing, you aren't just getting work done, you are rebuilding the neural circuitry for depth and control. You are programming your brain to understand, we can stay, we don't need to chase new stimuli. And here is the miracle. When you train your focus, you upgrade everything else. Your calm, your decision-making, your emotional stability. Because a person who can focus is a person who can lead themselves. Not because they're superhuman, but because they understand that in a chaotic world, focus is freedom. Freedom from the feeling of being dragged by trivialities. Freedom from the habit of multitasking that yields no real results. Freedom from the fog of indecision. Look back at your day. How much time did you truly spend being present? If the answer is none yet, don't blame yourself. Just begin tomorrow. It doesn't have to be long, it just has to be deep. Because in a world where everyone is rushing and scrolling, the one who can stay with one thing becomes the one who cannot be replaced. After you've trained your mind, awakened your body, and practiced focus, we arrive at the biological foundation for everything you wish to build: sleep. People often think of sleep as rest, as switching off, but the truth is the opposite. Sleep is when your brain works its hardest to rebuild you. When you close your eyes, you aren't disappearing from life. You are entering the most powerful phase of recovery. During deep sleep, your brain flushes out neural toxins, consolidates memories, renews emotional balance, and rebuilds essential hormones for energy and resilience. Inadequate sleep means carrying a tired, poisoned brain into tomorrow. You feel foggy, reactive, and drained of willpower without knowing why. Just one night of poor sleep impairs your reflexes as much as alcohol. Emotional control drops. Decision-making becomes chaotic. Yet in a society that glorifies busyness and late nights, sleep is dismissed as laziness. We stay up late for work, for entertainment, or just scrolling, and then wake up exhausted, blaming ourselves and reaching for caffeine. We're trying to borrow energy from tomorrow, when all we needed was to let the body restore itself. Sleeping right is a discipline. It's the deliberate act of honoring your own biology, getting morning sunlight to set your circadian clock, limiting blue light at night, keeping a consistent schedule. These small habits become a biological advantage. So if you want focus, discipline, and purpose, begin with sleep. Honor it as a ritual of self-reconstruction. Don't treat it as leftover time. Treat it as a commitment to the best version of yourself. No clarity grows without sleep. No perseverance survives in a depleted brain. Sleep is where you stop trying and where your brain silently builds everything you're working so hard to create. After you've trained your mind, awakened your body, and focused and recovered,
we arrive at the biological foundation for everything you wish to build: sleep. People often think of sleep as rest, as switching off, but the truth is the opposite. Sleep is when your brain works its hardest to rebuild you. When you close your eyes, you aren't disappearing from life. You are entering the most powerful phase of recovery. During deep sleep, your brain flushes out neural toxins, consolidates memories, renews emotional balance, and rebuilds essential hormones for energy and resilience. Inadequate sleep means carrying a tired, poisoned brain into tomorrow. You feel foggy, reactive, and drained of willpower without knowing why. Just one night of poor sleep impairs your reflexes as much as alcohol. Emotional control drops. Decision-making becomes chaotic. Yet in a society that glorifies busyness and late nights, sleep is dismissed as laziness.